Hello, sunshines. How art thou? How art thou? We are going to do a session since you guys love the Shay one, even though she was just so blah. She was so blah. But we're gonna do a session with Miss Gigi, the crochet queen. How art thou, Miss Gigi?
Hey, I'm here, ready to learn.
So I asked her, is she okay with me freely speaking? And she said it's okay. So don't yell at me. Don't give me those messages. You was mean. You were mean to her. No, no, no. I'm not mean. I'm just direct because if you want help, I am here to help and I have absolutely no problem. But sometimes we just have to be honest and we have to tell the truth in order for us to succeed, right? Like the truth was told to me and I actually cried because I really thought I was doing something. This was like 3 years ago. And when I was told I need to be consistent, I'm not consistent. When I was told I was taking too long for my orders, like that hurt me. That hurt my soul. So I had to get it together. But I realized once I put everything together and actually listened to what was told to me, things started working itself out and it actually helped. So I don't know if everyone know, but I was just telling Miss Gigi, Queen Gigi, I was just telling her that I'm taking courses, and the courses that I'm taking is to be a coach. So basically, I'm taking the courses to get the necessary tools that I need so that I can help everyone else. I will be a certified coach, so I can be able to have business techniques and basically help you on the way of having a great business. So that's what I'm doing. This is my little book journey towards a purpose, and by the 17th of the month I should be certified and ready, and I'm excited about it. I didn't want to tell anyone at first because a lot of people have a lot of things to say, and sometimes, like I was told by my mom, sometimes you just gotta be quiet and just do what you gotta do, and once you're finished you can say it. And that's what I had did, and I'm excited and I'm glad I did that because now that I'm almost finished this course, I can actually say I have another notch on my belt and I'm excited. So I'm going to take those tools that were given to me and put it on towards you to help you. So basically, I want to get your goals and I want to get what you are looking for in your business and what do you feel is your pros and your cons and what you feel that I can do to help you. So first, explain to me, who are you and what do you do?
Hi, I got my little spill. Let me get it. Let me see if I can even remember. No, um, but I am Gigi the Crochet Queen, and I don't take that as a big head. That's what my friends call me because I crochet all of the time. I wake up, I go to sleep. I always have yarn. Something is always going, and I have too many projects going at one time. So but my big thing is I decided that listening to everybody says, oh, you should do that, you should sell your stuff, and I was like, oh, let me try this. And I today I was just thinking the hard thing with crochet is that there are so many people that crochet that they just give so much stuff away that nobody feels the need to buy it.
Right.
So that's been a big barrier. Plus, I'm in South Florida, so a lot of this heavy stuff we don't even need. So my thing, hats and stuff like that, people can wear them year round pretty much. But in South Florida, you'll see some people with some hats in the summertime, but it's cooked, not completely
Oh
on.
yeah. Yeah.
And so I want to be able to make one sale. If I can make one sale and go from there, that's not to a friend or a family, to a real sale to say I sold an item and see if I can get it picked up. And I don't have a niche. I do what I want to do. I don't follow the trends. I don't like that scarf, that what the pocket shawl thing. That is not me. I like to crochet.
Glad you said that.
I like to see things, say, oh, let me see if I can make that. And I'm not someone that can. I learned how to sew when I was in high school. I hated it because I hated putting all that stuff together.
Yeah.
I'm a continuous crocheter. I want something that keeps going, keeps going, keeps going, and then it's finished. But I just trying to figure out, since I've shelled out all of this money to the state of Florida to get an LLC, now I want to be able to take it somewhere. So, since you are the creative entrepreneur and really, truly an entrepreneur, and I saw that you could help Alicia, I figured you could help me too.
So that right there was just a conversation we had. That's literally what it was. See, the thing about it is, what I love about her is she is a go-getter. If we're talking and she likes to do research, like I love to do research. When we had that first interview, I researched because I felt like in order for me to be interviewed by this lady, I need to know who she is,
Mhm.
what type of questions she's gonna ask, what exactly. Like even though I was watching her videos and I would, do her patterns, I still wanted to do that research because now we're on a different level. So the fact that I did that and we had such good chemistry, that was the reason why our interview was so successful, and
Mhm.
that was the reason why we were able to do it again. The mere fact that we just had a conversation, that's all we had was a conversation. I was able to take out of her conversation some tips and things that I can take for my business, and she did as well. So when she came back and said that her sales went up, that right there was like, wow, like it really, like I said, it was just a conversation. So
Mhm.
that's basically what we are going to do. We think that sometimes you have to be told you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, you need to do that, and that's not always the case. A
Mhm.
conversation is basically, we're human, we're going to make mistakes, but a conversation is all we need to know so that I know and you know what you need to do and what you're looking for. So that's basically what we're going to do today. We're going to have a conversation by toward after I get all of your do's and don'ts. I'm going to take those do's and don'ts and look at your page.
Mhm.
When we look at your page, that's when I'm going to tell you what you should do and what you shouldn't do. And then from at the end of the conversation, we're going to talk, what did you get out of this? Do
Mhm.
you feel that, you need to work on this more or work on that more? What I always tell everyone is have a journal, write everything down. I always write everything. Yes, yes, yes. That's like key. That is key to everything is to write everything down. Sometimes I write the same thing like more than once because you just never know. I have so many books and notebooks around. You just never
I
know
do
if you got
too.
that information. So that's what I always ask. And I also say being honest. I think a lot of people like me because I'm honest, but sometimes I'm brutally honest. In the beginning, I used to be too nice, and too nice wasn't getting nothing done. But once I became I don't want to say sergeant because I don't think I'm a drill sergeant. I just
Mhm.
want to be more direct because if I wasn't or if I'm not, people don't take you seriously. They
Mhm.
don't they don't take it too seriously. If you get mad at me about something, I think that I might be just doing my job for real. Yeah. But what is your specialty? What is it? What's your niche? Your niche.
I don't have a niche. I just like to crochet. So what I've been focusing on since it's going into wintertime are scarves and hats. And I did some baby booties, but I don't have a niche. I've never had a niche. There's never been anything with crochet that I said, oh, this is all I'm going to do for the rest of my life. No,
Okay.
I see things, they look interesting. I go at it. Like the year before, I think it's been 2 years now. I my bestie, he was on dialysis. Well, he's back on dialysis now, but I saw a cardigan from Bag O' Day Crochet for a man. So I crocheted the cardigan and I gave it to him for Christmas. And everybody saw that cardigan. Everybody wanted a cardigan. So I did about 8, 9 cardigans during that Christmas
Oh
vacation
wow.
time. And they were all,
Wow.
I mean, I think one person may have paid for it. And what I charged her for was like dirt. Dirt. I mean, it was like nothing. It was, she could have, anyway. But I learned now how to price my goods. So no one will ever get away with that small amount of money. But I don't have a niche.
Okay. Is social media the platform that you use for your business, or do you use other ways to get business?
Right now, it's just Etsy. Etsy is the only place that I actually post with a price. I do post pictures of everything, but I never say, oh, it's in my Etsy shop. But that's my plan now. Now that I got this LLC, because I got to recoup some of this money.
You're supposed to. Anything that you're putting towards your business, anything that you buy, you're always supposed to find a way to pay yourself back and
Hmm.
then get your profit. After you pay yourself back, you get your profit.
Right.
Um, do you have anyone around you that are like social media people, some people who you may be able to go to if you need help with social media?
Nope. The person that I thought would help me, I asked her questions and she pretty much said, "Oh yeah, you do this, this, and this." I said, "Okay." She doesn't get it, so I really rely on my daughter just to help me with like putting stuff in my Etsy shop. But someone that's like, I don't have any youngsters around me, like 18, 19-year-old, that generation. There's no one around me. Plus, we're in the pandemic, so I'm not inviting anybody to my house either. That's the other thing. So that's the hard part.
Okay. So what I want to know is what's your goal? Do you have any goals, short-term goal, long-term goal?
Okay, my short term goal is to start selling, and my long term goal is to find a niche that I can continue with and sell more. My whole I think my whole point of starting this was to leave a legacy for my daughter. I said, even when I'm gone, somebody will know that Gloria was here. Oh, Gigi the crochet, that was your mom. Oh, I did this and this. That was one of the other factors. I think when you go into your 50s, your mind starts to change and you start thinking differently. Where before it was all about partying, having fun. Okay, I'm going to go get this outfit, do this, do that. And then crocheting was just, oh, I'll do it here, do it there. And then somewhere along the line, it became me. That's all I wanted to do. So, but my goal right now is just to figure out how to get a sale and get going from there.
Have you sold any, well, I know you said you sold the cardigan for a
I've
small
sold
price.
things to friends. I'm saying I want someone to look at my page and dial me in and say,
So
this is
on your Etsy, you have no sales so far.
not a single.
What are you doing to promote it?
I, you tell me. I told you I opened that Etsy thing and no, I'll take it back. The only thing that I per se have done that I would say promoted it was I did two separate video. Yeah, one video. I did one video and I had a few other things that are in my Etsy shop and I put it on YouTube and said these are in my Etsy shop. That's the only thing I've actually done, I would say.
So you have a YouTube channel. What is your YouTube channel? What are you promoting on your YouTube channel?
I was really good about doing tutorials,
What tutorials?
crochet
Crochet tutorials?
tutorials.
Okay.
Hmm. And I tried to be real consistent about it. And then August came. Now my birthday is in August, so everything went to the wayside. It was all I couldn't
Oh,
even.
no.
I had,
That's supposed to
I
be
had
the time that you use that platform to celebrate.
I did. I celebrated my birthday. I did a giveaway, and I was not. happy with, I mean, this is my hard-earned money that I put, and I put this little thing together, and the person that won, I actually had to reach out to her to ask her if she received it. And that really turned me off from giveaways altogether. So
I
it
think
may be
everybody's trying
over.
to look you up, but I'm gonna get to where I'm gonna put your actual everything on blast. I'm gonna put it up. But everybody's asking, what's your page? What's your YouTube? I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna put it up. But I want to ask the questions first so I know when I look at it how we are going to promote. So
Hmm.
you don't realize how much you have in you that you could really get good selling. You have knowledge. I could tell by the way you're talking. You just need certain steps and tools to use it, and consistency.
Hmm.
Consistency is something that I had to learn, and it took me 3 years to learn it. Three
Hmm.
years. It took me a while. And whatever we talk about today, it's not going to happen overnight.
Right. I know
It's
that.
not. It's not going to happen overnight. I think that's what some people want. They want that overnight success. But I think that once I started and got like really into what I want to do, like this YouTube, I started this YouTube about 2 years ago. And well, actually longer than that, but to use it for the public
Hmm.
2 years ago. And I got serious about it this year. And already within a couple of months I already got over 1,000 subscribers. So that was just basically doing work hardcore work. And i'm also I'm in an old school kind of type of, like, I'm not really into social media.
Hmm.
I'm making and enforcing myself into social media. I'm more of that girl that I love sending letters out,
Hmm.
personal, actual letters, mail, because a lot of people don't do it. And
Hmm.
when people see mail, they see something different than that email that they're getting all the thousands and thousands of emails from people. So when I send out actual mail to companies like Joann's and like furl crochet hooks, this is something I think would work for you.
Hmm.
And the reason why I say that is because I don't really like social media. I'm forcing myself on social media. I am hiring my son to do my social media because I am so bad. Like, I just got a TikTok. My son's been telling me to get a TikTok for the longest. And
Uh,
I just got it because I'm forcing myself to do it because this is the time and the age of social media.
hmm.
But I do believe out there's still people that love to see that mail that come in. So I want to be able to help you and introduce you to writing letters.
Hmm.
And we could go over how you could write it, but writing letters to certain companies. Um, because do you know that you can actually use the letters to get sponsors? You could get coupons and you could get free yarn, and this is things that you could do to invest into your business, okay?
Hmm.
Because of what we spoke about before and how your LLC is draining you and how you need more money. Well, we want to be able to help you so you could do your business without spending a whole lot of money. You want to spend as less money as possible. So mailing, which don't take a lot of, it takes a little bit more time than an email, but
Hmm.
you just put in your envelope and your stamp and you send it out. And sometimes they may not even respond, but I think the matter that I actually sent that letter out, it helps. Now sometimes I do both, send that
Hmm.
letter and the email. Now
Hmm.
the reason why I'm saying this is because you're like me, and I like the old school. Sometimes old school works for us. So
Hmm.
when the old school works for us, we need to jump on it and keep it
Hmm.
that way. Um, I like for you to try to maybe look into maybe getting an influencer. You ever thought of
Mhm.
that before? You ever
No.
thought of so what I mean by getting an influencer, like I thought about it, right? My son is 21. He just turned 21 on Friday. He's 21, and when him and his girlfriend got together, they decided to do a page on YouTube for couples, young
Mhm.
couples.
Mhm.
And just like that, only in like 2 months, they received over 1,500 subscribers.
Mhm.
And I noticed that because, this is the generation where they doing all of that. I was like, how? I'm that type of person. I'm going to research how, why, what did you do? And ask the questions. Now that's where the influencers come in. They are those who spend their time on the camera and they are always showcasing something for a company or something. And
Mhm.
I don't have time to do all of that. I don't want
Mhm.
to spend all my time snapping pictures. I don't want to do it.
Mhm.
So I would say find and I can help you find a influencer. You said you don't have anyone around you, so we can go because there's a lot of them out there. Maybe you can make them outfits here and there, and they wear your outfits and they showcase it. So their
Mhm.
followers will start following you.
Mhm.
And then you just continue it. Okay, this is something that you may not make any money off of, but it's an idea that you can possibly get money out of.
Mhm.
I make stuff for my son's girlfriend.
Mhm.
And when I make stuff for my son's girlfriend, that's like making stuff for the whole entire campus. Why? Because they want to know where she got that from and how, and they want to buy it.
Mhm.
I say I'm giving them a discount when in reality it's the same exact price. So that may be something that you may want to look into because you have an Etsy shop already. You need to make the sales for that Etsy shop. In order to make sales for that Etsy shop, you need to it's like a chain reaction, you
Right.
want to be able to get the customers. So we need to find a way for you to get customers and I believe an influencer will help you.
Mhm.
Is that something you think would help or is that
Yeah.
something you want to look into?
No,
Mm.
that I mean anything because you got to be around the youngsters. The youngsters are I mean, they're the ones that's on these social media platforms all day, all night, and I'm not. So if my thing dings, I'm like, what?
Aw.
Girl, you just don't
So
know.
too, I didn't know how to hashtag. I didn't know how to do anything on social media at one point. And I'm the type of person that don't like change. I'm only 42, but I'm so old school. I am so old school. So I am that type of girl that would like, when you're looking for a job, go to that job. And
Girl,
as
my
you
my
look
daughter
around
was so
you,
my daughter was so sick of me telling her that. I said, you just don't fill out an application and think somebody's gonna call you. I said, you fill out the application, then you go over there and tell them you filled out the application.
Mhm.
But it's a
That's
different.
something you could do. That's something you could look into because I believe that can help you.
Mhm.
Because I'm trying to steer you away. You can't totally get away from social media at
Yeah, I
all because
know.
that's the type of world we're living in right now. But if you can delegate an influencer or someone who can be in charge, like my son, he's half in charge of my Instagram.
Mhm.
So when I have uh like a video or something, if I send him my picture, my thumbnail, he puts it on Instagram and do all the hashtags and all of that because he knows what to do when it comes to
Mhm.
that. If that's something that you but I have my son, you may want to get someone else or there are certain companies that you will have to pay, but I
Mhm.
am trying to tell you certain things that you don't have to pay, that way majority of your money is in your pocket.
Yeah, I can bug my daughter to do because she's a whiz with that stuff. I look at her, I was like, okay, just go ahead and do this and that. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah,
Mommy,
that
I said,
can
girl, do it. I
yeah.
don't have time for it.
That's what I do with my son. And he's the one who takes that because he has my password and everything. He has it
Mhm.
on his phone. So he's the one sometimes who's posting things. Sometimes people think they're talking to me when it's really sometimes him. But no, that's just for businesses, nothing personal. But
Mhm.
I just wanted to, introduce that to you because that might be an idea that may help you.
Mhm.
Also, we want to start putting more into that Etsy.
Mhm.
I'm gonna look at the Etsy in a few and see
And
what we.
but keep in mind, I I started the Etsy in June, and then I shut it all down, and then I started it back up again I guess last month. Yeah, September. So
Uh,
there's not a whole slew of stuff in there, but I'm working on it.
yeah. That's something that starts with. So I also noticed that you have a breast cancer scarf on.
Yeah.
You're representing the breast cancer sisters out there.
Yes,
So I'm
ma'am.
a survivor. And
Hmm.
me being a survivor, I like everyone to know that I'm a survivor. So you ever thought of making it and selling it to other survivors or to
It's
family members who want to
it's
buy it?
on my Etsy shop. I
But
made
you know you have to promote it in order
I
for them.
know, I know. That's why I'm here with you.
Yeah,
Show
because
me show me
that
the right direction.
I'm trying. I'll try. I'm trying.
And I
So
did a
that is the
beanie.
huh?
I did a beanie also.
See what I'm saying? So I actually made that before, like a long time ago. It's a sweater similar to that because
Mm,
I wore it for the breast cancer walk. And I don't know if you remember or if you was on it when I did a Mentor Monday. I specified because right now you don't know your niche right
mhm,
now. So
mhm,
what you can do is start doing things according to holidays and
mhm.
like October is, breast cancer awareness month. So I would start in August or September my uh scarves or hats or whatever. You have well, you're just starting the graph gans. You ever thought of
Mm.
maybe doing something small like a pillow? Maybe something like that would, just to start off with, because a lot of people love details and they love custom.
I
Anything that
have a lot
your
of your
name on.
graphs. I don't know what's. I just bought them and they're sitting there. And right now I'm working on one which has driven me to drink because I got about a third away and I was like, I missed a stitch somewhere. These numbers are all off. So I had to pull it all the way out until I figure out where I messed up at. And I hate to frog. I'll do it, but with this, there was no, fudging it. Like if you miss a stitch when you're doing just a straight line, no, you can't fudge with graph gans.
I try not to. I just fix it. Just fix it. Like Olivia Pope. I just fix it.
Well, I could not figure out where I was crocheting so long and I was doing it in between trying to go to sleep and go to work. And I said, I messed up somewhere. I don't know where. One side was fine, the other side was wrong. So I said, let me just pull it all out. And now
Oh,
I'm counting every single row, marking it all down. I told my daughter, I said, when I finish this, I am putting it on a PDF. I'll always have it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's something that we could do. The thing that I love most about you is that you you're not shy. You're not shy
I'm
at
too
all.
old. I'm too old to be shy now.
But that's the reason why a lot of people say that they cannot get sales because they're shy. And that's something you cannot be shy and try to get sales.
Hmm.
You have to have some type of characteristic and be a little bit bold. People gravitate more towards you when you are a little bit bold
Hmm.
and you speak up for what you're talking about. And I had to learn that the hard way as well. So everything that I learned from graph ganning And I just took that and to started building my brand and building my character and started building. And I really didn't change me because that's a
Mhm.
problem a lot of people have is they
Yeah.
change them to be somebody else. So I'm still me and I've always been me. Is either you like it or you don't. I don't
Mhm.
care because I'm not changing. But
That's right.
that's what I like about you is because you're not shy, and a lot of people that I speak to are shy, and so now that's a whole nother subject that we got to work on, not
Mhm.
just the actual brand and the actual business. We got to work on techniques on how to get you from not being shy. So
Mhm.
that's what I'm like, okay, woo, fine, we ain't got to worry about that part.
Moving on to the next thing.
Yes, yes, yes. So what do you want your your Etsy shop, like, is there an amount or a dollar that you feel you want to make from that? Well, I'm not just going to say Etsy, from your crochet, period,
I
a month.
haven't I have not even set a goal for that. And I know that's something I should be focusing on. What's my goal? And I really haven't set one.
So what you need to do is write that down
Mhm.
and give yourself a couple of days and think about it. And that's something that you need to look into. What is a dollar amount that you want by the end of the month?
Mhm.
Because you want to work on that dollar amount. You want to work to build to get that dollar amount. If you don't have a dollar amount in your head, what are you trying to go to? And
Exactly.
so the reason why I say that is because I give myself weekly, bi-weekly, and monthly goals.
Mhm.
And it was one week I said I was gonna make $200, and I wound up making $1,000. So it just depends on what your goals are. I also give myself a question every single week. Every single week, I give myself a question, and by the end of that week, I try to answer that question.
Mhm.
Um, I never ever thought that it will work for me, but you know how some people write things on a sticky pad, post it, and then they put it up and they read that every single day?
Mhm.
That never did anything for me, and I think that's because I am totally, totally different. I want to see my journal and I want to read my journal, but to actually, when I go in that bathroom and to see it posted up there, I don't want to read it. That's just me. It might work for others.
No,
It's not going to work for me because
I
when
use
I'm
post-its
not a
to
morning person,
I use post-its for grocery shopping. You know, write it down, send my daughter off to the store. That's what I use post-its for.
so
For
that won't work for you.
yes.
That will not work for you. That's something
Mm,
that someone had told me to do, and they actually got mad at me because I said that's not going to work for me. So
mhm,
the tools and the techniques that we want to build, we want to build something off of something that's actually going to work for you. If
mhm,
you take a post-it and you give it to someone just for like grocery shopping, that's not going to help you with your goals. You want to be able to focus on something that's going to help you every single day with your goals. What is something that you are doing every single day that is a plus, like a plus for your business?
The only thing I can say is I crochet every day. I'm always thinking of something to crochet, and I always have two or three projects going on at one time in order to finish. But I did with when I was telling you about Miss Creative CEO, that was one of the things that says you write down what you're going to do every week. So that's one of the things I started doing. And somewhere along the line, I got distracted doing something else. But I still have my little book. It says find your light. There, find your
Oh,
light. Huh?
that's
It's,
good.
it's
Yeah.
purple. So this is the book that I've been writing down what I want to do every week. And sometimes I like the first week, of course, the first week I was fabulous. Second week I was halfway fabulous. Third week, I'm not nowhere. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not what I'm supposed to be I had worked on stuff that wasn't even in my book. So that's one of the things I have to be consistent. Finish what I wrote down before I start on
Right.
something else. That's a big problem for me because especially when you watch YouTube. because you see so many things you want to make
Mm-hmm.
that distracts you. So that's why I've been kind of pulling back from YouTube. So now I'm watching educational YouTube. That's why I watch you. I
Oh.
don't have to crochet. I can just learn something. I'm like, she's
Oh.
not distracting me with something to crochet until you start showing. Because as soon as I saw that Breonna Taylor thing, I was like, oh well. I took that graft and all your other grafts the ones that I wanted to work on. I had to take them to Office Depot to get them enlarged. I spent $30 to get them enlarged so I can see those little boxes.
All you have to do is say, Diva, can you make the boxes a little bigger?
Well, I heard you say that one day, but it was already too late.
Okay.
I was like, what? She can make the boxes bigger. I was like, okay, I'm going to do that the next time.
There's not too much I can't do. No, I'm sorry.
So when I win my Miami Dolphins, remember, old eyes need big boxes.
Okay, I remember. All right, so now I'm gonna start going into your stuff, and we're gonna start
Okay,
dissecting a little bit. I
time
have,
time to have fun.
yeah, I just wanted to ask those questions first so that I'll know what I'm looking for and what we can help you with.
Okay.
Let's see. So right now, I am going to show your Instagram. So we're on your Instagram right now.
Instagram? Girl, I forgot about that.
This your Instagram, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I don't remember what's on there.
oh my goodness. When was the last time you posted something?
That
3 weeks
was, I
ago.
think that was the last thing I posted.
So this was for yourself or this was for someone else?
No, I actually made two. I made one for my daughter because when I saw it, my daughter loves Halloween, so that's why I made it. And then I made a second one, and it's on my Etsy. It's on in my Etsy shop.
Okay. So you made some masks. I see that you made masks.
That was just for me. I've been working on trying to perfect that mask forever.
There's the mask that I have. I got it from BZY Peach's Etsy shop. She has a
Hmm.
website now and she sells masks. They're really good. I like hers. So
And
this is something
this
I
one
think
you
I actually
yeah
stopped
you
you.
yeah this one you picked on me about, but guess what? I will be wearing it again and again.
I did. Well, the reason why I had when I saw it and I said, wait a minute, hold up. I didn't do that. You
No,
said you found
no.
it in like someone else did it, right?
It was no. The letters came from Yarnspiration.
Okay. So yeah, that is I wouldn't do that. And the reason why I think I explained to you, the
Hmm.
lettering is too thin. As you can see, it looks like
Yeah.
some of the lettering is disappearing and reappearing.
Hmm.
And um yeah, you just don't want you want your letters to be nice and bold, especially for vote. Vote is something powerful right now, right? We want
Hmm.
to change people's minds. We want you to keep staring at that vote. So that's not showing me that I want to vote. That's just something right there. You want something to be nice and bold, and I would
Hmm.
even be bold with the colors. I would
Hmm.
try to do something a little bit different. I might even make it a little sexy. That's just me. I would make it a little sexy so somebody can say, "Ooh, I like that shirt. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, I want to go
Well,
regular."
the color represents my party, so I was good with the color.
Well,
So.
it's absolutely nothing wrong with the color blue, but what I meant by making it pop, like for instance, instead of just using that shade, maybe an ombre blue, or
Hmm.
maybe like a blue with the accent color that's not white. You want something to like make it pop, and
Hmm.
I think that um you are a great crocheter, but sometimes we look at people's We look at people work and we say, "Oh, this is nice and I like it," but then it's only because you don't know the comparison. So,
Hmm.
being that I look at a lot of Ghanaians and I look at a lot of people work, I think that you would do extremely great when it comes to doing crafts and making garments.
Hmm.
I think you can also do Tunisian scarves. And being that you're very vocal, this
No,
time,
ma'am. No, ma'am. No,
why
ma'am.
not?
I do not like Tunisian. I've tried Tunisian so many ways, so
Oh
many
no, you don't
why.
have to do Tunisian. You don't
I,
have to
you
do
know,
Tunisian.
Tunisian is too close to knitting for me,
Yeah.
and it throws me so off because before I know it, I'm doing something. And I'm like, oh shoot, I just messed this whole thing up. And I've watched. I actually follow this guy. I can't remember his name, but he's a Tunisian crocheter. That's all he does. I follow him just
Um,
because I like his voice and I like to see him do it. But I don't want to do it. I've tried it. You don't even know how I have Tunisian hooks and all. I was gonna watch you when you said, "Oh, we're gonna be doing Tunisian next." If you noticed, I wasn't on.
you don't have to do the scarves in Tunisian.
Huh?
You don't have to do the scarves in Tunisian.
Oh no, no, no. I know that, but I'm just saying I didn't even want to watch it because I know I wasn't gonna do it. Tunisian drives me crazy.
I love Tunisian, but for you, what I mean by I'm saying scarves because I'm thinking of something that you could do that won't be too much for you,
Hmm.
like a blanket, because a lot of people like the idea of doing a Grafghan. They just don't want to spend all that time doing a Grafghan blanket. So
Right.
I'm thinking of something for you that can be beneficial would be like a scarf, and
Hmm.
you could do a scarf in single crochet or half double crochet. I would say
Yeah.
single crochet, and I I can see me doing that and making good money because I could sell my scarves for like $90.
Hmm.
And one scarf I could do within 2 weeks. So imagine,
Hmm.
you could do like four
Hmm.
and make at least almost $400.
Hmm. Hmm.
And that's something you can look into.
I have two of your scarf crafts.
Okay.
I have the Obama one and I have Prince. You know I have Prince.
Yes, you said you have friends. So what I would do, I personally, because in the beginning, this is what I did. I would make it for one person, but I will make it for one person that I know is going to wear it. And not only are they going to wear it, they're going to help me get any sales. Like I mentioned, a lot of times I use my sister, I use
Hmm.
her daughter, which is my niece, because I know she's in a lot of fraternity sororities and she has a Jack and Jill. She's in Jack and Jill. So when she wear these things, other people see it. Do you have
Hmm.
any places where or any person that's in an organization that you could give to?
I have a friend. She's a drama teacher, but I don't know. I'm gonna ask her, but I don't know really what um how I could help her with like drama class or anything like that, or be able to provide some. She bought a hat from me, a beanie hat from me, and she told me somebody used to make them for her, but she bought a beanie hat from me, and then no, she bought two because one was for the school colors and the other one was purple because she's a big Prince fan too. But that scarf, the Prince scarf, which I really need to have enlarged too because those boxes are too small. When I first, of course, I want to do it for myself, but I thought if I did it for her as well, then at least somebody knows I can do something other than just a beanie. And then she can wear that purple beanie with that Prince scarf when we ever open back up and become normal again. But she is like the one of the only that I can think of that's like really active, because she does the drama things. Her kids travel places, well, they used to, but that's one of the, she is. And my other friend, she works for a nonprofit Christian organization. So I can't, unless I do some biblical stuff, it's not going away with that.
Okay, so what I can say is I'm not too sure you can make that for her, but in order for you to get more money back, I don't know if I would use the Prince only because not everybody is a Prince fan. Not everybody, they may like it, but it's not
Hmm.
going to be a whole lot of people that's going to say, "Can I have it? Can I, who made that for you?" And I
Hmm.
want my number. I am talking more like an organization,
Right.
uh, affiliation, something like I'm an Eastern Star. All the Eastern Star brothers and sisters
Mhm.
want something with their emblem on it so that they can sport around Shriners.
My I have a friend, she's a Delta, but she's in Maryland, and
Okay,
she goes to a lot of events,
that's
loads of them.
to be friends and politic with right now. That's
Hmm.
the person you need to gravitate towards and ask her, is it okay if I make you a scarf? You
Hmm.
can even tell her why you want to do it.
Hmm.
And she could wear the scarf and basically be like your model. You could even say you're my brand ambassador because I kind of made my sister and my son's girlfriend my brand ambassadors. So
Hmm.
those are the people who I make free things for because I know I'm gonna always get more money back from them just wearing it.
Right.
For you, I joined Eastern Stars to network. I
Hmm.
joined, I'm in a social group now. I joined to network. Not, I have sisters, but now I'm in a sisterhood with Eastern Stars and I'm in a sisterhood with this social club because I love charity, but I'm also thinking, how can I get a group of people to like my stuff? So now I
Right.
got a whole group of sisters, and it's 10 of us. I got a whole group of sisters who now wants me to make their stuff. So that's a whole nother group.
Hmm.
That's what you might want to start looking into, maybe politicking and being a little bit more friends with that Delta or
Hmm.
being friends with
Oh, she's
someone.
my bestie anyway. So
Use her. That's your brand ambassador right now. Lock it in. That's your brand ambassador. The
I'll be
next
I'll
thing
be.
you're going to do is a scarf for her and a
Hmm.
matching hat. When you do that, I can make you some good grabs with her name on it so
Hmm.
that it can capture not just her eye, but everybody else's eyes. And they're definitely going to want. But then you might need to just make a blanket because that right there, that's at least a $200-$300 for someone.
Hmm.
When I sell my stuff, I sell it so that it could be different and it could personalize just that person. So I try to ask a lot of questions. What do you like? Because not only are they into their organization, they may be in their organization, but they may be like the president of their organization. I want to
Hmm.
add that into there. They may be the secretary. I want to add that into there. They may like something else, or like me, I'm a breast cancer survivor. So I'm an Eastern Star and breast cancer survivor. I have my emblem with the breast cancer in it, and that's just
Hmm.
something for me so
Hmm.
that when um you make things for people, they are like, you can't, they will actually tell people you can't go nowhere else. You cannot get anything else. Like she's the one. And I
Hmm.
think I mentioned a lot of times we have so many crocheters out here. There's so many crocheters. You need to find something that you could be a little bit different from the rest.
Right.
So I make Grafkins, but there's a lot of people that make Grafkins. Why
Hmm.
am I different and why do people come to me? Because I design my graphs to fit each individual person. I'm also very consistent and I'm sometimes persistent. You got to be a good salesperson as well.
Hmm.
And you got to think, you got to be that Olivia Pope sometimes. And that's what I feel like sometimes I am because I always try to have a problem solved. So when I'm looking at people and like if I'm at a party for my organization or if I'm at a meeting, I'm looking around and I'm problem solving. If I see somebody walking with a bag that look like you need another bag, sis, I might just make it for that sister.
Mhm.
I might say in my mind, I know that she's on my page, I will post it because I'm strategically thinking, how am I going to get that person? I am targeting you. I'm
Mhm.
going to get you. And a lot of times I may sound like juvenile, but I really do get them because my mind is focused and I do anything and everything. I will look at them and I would say, oh, she's a diva like I am. She loves to look good. She thinks she bougie. Then the next thing you know, I come out with this bougie queen looking grass can. And then
Mhm.
guess what? She comes and I don't even speak to this lady all the time. But when she saw it on my page, guess what? She ordered, sent me money in my Cash App same exact day. And you got to be very, very confident.
Mhm.
Very confident. When I say I'm going to get this person, I swear to you, I get them. I swear to you. If I say I'm going to a party with my sisters
Mhm.
in my club, so we are a social club, so it's motorcycles, right? There's
Mhm.
different type of motorcycles out there, and there's the brothers and there's the sisters. What do they like? I try to they like motorcycles, so I want to make something that they can look good with their motorcycles, or I want to make like a hat because they're in the motorcycles. No matter how cold out there, they want a hat and a scarf that represent their social club. That's what I'm thinking. So when I went, every time I go to a outing, I
Mhm.
think, what can I make that is going to target them, or who am I going to get out of here? I'm going to pick two people every social event I go to. I'm going to make sure I have two people by the end of the night, and that's what I do. And it's kind of sort of like a game that I try to play with myself, and I do
Mhm.
get very upset when I don't get it. So I get persistent and I say I'm going to come out with a sale. I'm going to
Mhm.
come out with a sale. Always wear your brand, and always wear something that they can see so that you don't even have to say anything. They come to you and they ask you the questions.
Mhm.
I have so when I'm with my sisters in the social club, I wear all of the social club stuff. So this is the earring that I wear. This is our emblem. This is what
Mhm.
I wear when I'm in my social club setting.
Mhm.
I don't wear my brand. So what I do is I wear this brand. So now I'm going to start making more and more things with this. So I had a mask I made that says BLD on it, Boss
Mhm.
Lady Divas. I made myself a little tote bag that's gonna say Boss Lady Divas on it. So this is something, I even have my yarn by Beezy's. I bought it so that I can make my BLD hat.
Uh-huh.
People don't even realize our hats look like something you could buy in the store. So when I make my hats, they literally say, "Where do you get your hat from?" And I say, "I made it." Carry your business cards because a lot of people are going to start asking you a whole lot. Where did
Mhm.
you get that from? Can I get your business card? I will make hats with the fur ball on it, and I will put BLD on it because
Mhm.
it's representing my social group. So I just strategically think, where am I going? If I'm going to the mall, if I'm going to um out to eat, even though we're in a pandemic, we still get to go out, right? So when I go out, like I just went to the supermarket today. What did I have on? I had on my Creative Stitching Diva earrings and my Creative Stitching Diva mask.
Mhm.
I may not have anyone ask me today, who are you, or do you crochet? But you never know. It can be some days where it's people asking you, what do you make, and can I get your business card? And that's a potential customer as well.
Mhm.
So your all right, let's go back to your page. Where is it? Here it is. So I think that you need to work on your page. If anything, just get maybe your like you said, your daughter. Get your
Mhm.
daughter to help you with that page. Also now I noticed that your stitching is better from where it was down here. I see that it's so much better now. So,
Mhm.
oh, this right here is beautiful. I love this.
That
do.
was what's his name? Spider Fiber. His kaleidoscope shawl. Ooh, that thing was work.
But did you sell it
Nope.
or you
I
just made
just
it for yourself?
I just I just made it. That's all. I haven't even thought about it.
Okay. So when you post something, you want to make sure you have good hashtags.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I also mentioned before, make sure that you have
Why is that
what
in
is
my
it?
maiden
Good
name?
what is it? Hashtags and the Jeez, I just lost my train of thought just that quick. Let me look at my papers.
It's so
When
funny. I'm looking at my. This tells you how long I've had this page. I have it. My well, I'm not married anymore, but it's so weird that I have it in my maiden name.
oh my,
I'm gonna have to go in there and figure out how to change that.
it's easy. Just go to the account.
Listen, I'm somebody that goes to an account and totally forget about passwords and everything, and then they always ask for a password. Like, oh Lord, what's the password?
Well, Miss Gigi, you gotta get it together. You want to start making some money and not have to work 9 to 5. You want to work for yourself and you want to be able to make money for yourself. You
Yes,
gotta
ma'am.
do it.
I know it. I know it.
You gotta do it. It's a lot of things that I get mad at myself because I don't have the time or I don't put a lot of me into it, and it's
Hmm.
some days where I do have off days, but the days that I have off days, I get over it because
Hmm.
there are days I have off days. There's
Hmm.
days that I don't want to do absolutely anything, but that next day
Get back
I'm
on it.
back in full force. So that's one thing about consistency. You may not do it tomorrow,
Hmm.
but Saturday and Sunday you better be on your grind. That's
Hmm.
something that I was always told because when you stop one day and then the next day you stop and then the next day you stop and then it's like, oh wow, I got to get back to it. As long as you jump back
Don't I
into
know
it,
it?
you got to keep jumping back into it. So if I miss 2 days of not crocheting, I feel empty. I feel like I'm
Hmm.
missing something. I feel like it's something like I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. And that's why I think it's very important that you give yourself a goal and stick with it, especially money. If you
Hmm.
say you want to make $200 at the end of the month, you got to work because
Yes,
it's not
ma'am.
going to come to you automatically. When I
Hmm.
told that Wednesday, I woke up and I said I'm gonna make $200 in one week. I actually made 1,000 because I was in my mind. I'm working and I'm working and I'm trying to figure out how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna do that? Because I have RA, I can't always crochet, so I had to think of what else can I do to make money. I sell my graphs in my sleep. No lie, I could be
Hmm.
asleep and people are still buying my graphs.
I'm one
I
of them.
you are. I cater to so many people. I cater to crocheters and non-crocheters. So
Hmm.
that might be something you want to also look into because you're not going to be able to leave your job with just crochet at
Right.
all. You
Right.
have to look into something else. Something else. Do your research. Do
Yeah.
your research because crochet it's very broad. Crochet is so broad that you can find so many different avenues in crochet, avenues that you never even thought of. I
Hmm.
never in my wildest dreams thought that I would be taking a class to be a coach. Never.
Hmm.
It was
Hmm.
just something that came up, an opportunity that I looked into, and so many people kept saying, Diva, I like, your suggestions or your suggestions worked or, this is something good. So why not take that class? A $600 class.
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, the tools that I'm learning is not just helping me, but I'm helping others, and I love it.
Right.
All right, let's look at this Etsy. Let's see what we could do with this Etsy. So, is this your logo?
That's what I'm hoping one day will be. I haven't made a logo yet.
So your brand, you want your brand to stand out. I would suggest you look into a logo. I suggest that you look into maybe even if I wouldn't suggest to spend a whole lot of money on it because some people spending $300 on a logo. I wouldn't do that.
Mm-mm.
I bought my logo for $75 and I love my logo.
Mm-hmm.
So, you could use this for now, but you want something that's gonna stand out, and you want something that people are gonna look at it and like, dang, that's the queen. Like when
Mm-hmm.
they look at me, they look at my brand, they be like, yes, that's the diva. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
they don't even say creative stitching diva; they just go the diva, the diva.
Mm-hmm.
So you want your brand to be that crochet queen, that
Right.
crochet queen that oversees everybody else. That's what you want. You want it to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is all you have.
Mm, I told you.
Yeah, you did. You warned me. You warned.
Did I not?
You did. You did. You did.
I
So,
think some things are missing though.
um,
Maybe not. Maybe because I crochet so much, I'm thinking there's more than that on there. Anyway.
what? So you are not doing anything to even promote what you're having on here. I see you have four people who put favorite, but all right. What we need to do is get you some sales. We're going to have some homework. What I think and what I suggest is you need to find your niche,
Mm-hmm.
because I would do that hat. I would do that, maybe that scarf and a
Mm-hmm.
hat. Get with your Delta friend and
Mm-hmm.
and talk to her. That's your best friend. Talk to her. Ask her what she want on it.
Mm-hmm.
And you could come to me and be like, Diva, this is what she said. She
Mm-hmm.
likes this, she likes that. She's the president, or she's this. And we will work on a scarf that's going to like make her pop. When you do that, we are going to work on that. We're going to do that, and we are going to put that in your shop. So you are going to put it in your shop. You're going to give it to her. She's going to wear it. Then we're going to keep using her, maybe make a hat to match it. You're going to put that in your shop. So I see that you make pretty good pictures. You take pretty good pictures. You don't have anything, um, because I saw some pictures that were horrible, but your pictures are actually pretty good, and you have the mannequin, so that will work. I would make sure that I take a picture um with her, and I ask her if it's okay if you use her to
Mm-hmm.
put into your social media. I would put it all over social media, but I wouldn't just use it that one time. I would have her take a couple of pictures, and I would keep bringing it up, just keep bringing it up. I would do that because you want to keep being consistent. Are you able, how much are you crocheting? Are you able to crochet something um like every 2 weeks or something like that?
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
mean,
So,
I can do like okay. The I think the Prince one that I did, I think it took me 2 weeks to do that. And keep in mind that's working full time. So
okay.
that's like 2 or 3 hours a night that I can spend on it to get it right.
So something like that would take me
A
like
week,
5 hours.
5 days.
Like 5 hours.
Oh, so no.
I actually, a lot of the projects that I do as examples, I literally do it right before live.
Hmm. No, no. I don't even if I'm off from work, I'm I couldn't be that focused because I'm always I get tired of looking at the same colors and then I move on to something else. So that's why I already know I'm going to set my goals. If I can finish something in 2 weeks, that's going to always be my goal to finish in 2 weeks because I start writing down when I start to try to figure out. But see, I'm working off of a full-time job and extra hours every day. So
Mm,
I'm putting into something maybe 2.5 hours each day I'm putting into a graph. But during the weekend, then I can put more time, but I'm still working too. I still got to work on the weekend. So that's why, um, and like I know like I'm having these next 4 days off in a couple of weeks, then I know I can do more in those 4 days because now my mind is focused on what I'm doing.
Okay.
But I'm going to call my friend.
That's your homework.
That's my homework. I'm going to call her and talk to her about that scarf. And
Yes,
I'll
that's
be,
your homework.
yeah.
And you're gonna start focusing on that, and then we could start looking into not just the scarf, but maybe a tote bag or
Hmm.
a poncho or something like that. I am starting to do more. I'm gonna do more tutorials on how to do more graph GANs in
Hmm.
different ways. So that could be something that you could think of. I'm always thinking of something new I can do to help others. So not just the bag, but I am also thinking of garments and stuff
Hmm.
that we use. So that's something you could think of as well. But I would start off first with that scarf, being that
Hmm.
this winter is about to come,
Yeah.
and you said that she's very big into her sorority. That's
Hmm.
something I would definitely do, and I bet you she would be so excited, really,
Hmm.
really, really excited to have something like that and to wear.
Hmm.
I would so after you do that, I would make sure that I make that she take pictures, use her pictures, ask her if she could be your brand
Hmm.
ambassador, and
Hmm.
then you can use her pictures and put it on all of your platforms.
Hmm.
Do you have a Pinterest?
No.
Okay, so Miss Gigi Queen, you gotta do a little bit more with the social because you told me in the
I don't
beginning
even
you weren't quite
understand
there.
Pinterest.
I don't either. But you want to, all right. So listen, right? You already told me you are not that type of person that like the fairs and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So because you're not into that, you have to find a platform where you could get out. You could get your stuff out and get it known.
Right, but okay, what I don't understand about is Pinterest just a place to put pictures or what? That's what I don't understand because when I see it and I click on it and then like nothing happens. It's like, okay, is this just to look at the picture or what? So I'm not
So
sure.
Pinterest is basically you go on there and you pin ideas that you want to eventually do. Now, for us crocheters, we go in there for patterns or inspiration. I
Mm-hmm.
go in there for patterns and inspiration, but then I also go on there for little things like if I want herbal remedies, like home remedies, and then I
Mm-hmm.
will pin those, but those are private. So it's a place where you can go and you can pin things that you want, put them in certain categories, and then when you're ready, you go in there and you click on your board. So I have a whole bunch of pictures, inspiration that I would love to graph one day. So when
Okay.
I'm in, like like Delta. So if you come to me and you say, Diva, can you make this? She wants this on it and that on it. What I do is I go in my board, I put Delta, and then everything that I pinned will come up. Everything that I pinned. But think about it. Everything that I'm pinning is coming from someone else. So
Mm-hmm.
that means that I'm using someone else's idea or someone else's work to get my ideas. Everybody is pinning a different type of idea.
Mm-hmm.
So say if I am looking for inspiration on a Delta scarf and yours came up. That means
Mm-hmm.
I am looking for a scarf that looks like yours and I'm pinning it to my board. If I'm a non crocheter and I look up different type of Delta wear, I might look at it and be like, oh, I like that. So when I click on it, it takes me directly to your Etsy shop and I can buy
Mm-hmm.
it. So
Okay,
that's
so you have a page on Pinterest? So it's not just like a Google, you Google something and it's
I have
on
an
Pinterest. You
actual
have an
page.
actual page.
And I didn't even think of using a Pinterest ever, ever. I'm still in the process of trying to build it. But I'm gonna tell you something. Miss Little John Yawns,
Mm-hmm.
she has a POC board, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a bunch of us who put our stuff in there. And then it was one day I looked and it came up. It just popped up. I was
Mm-hmm.
looking for something and it just popped up. And in my head, I'm like, why am I not using this? why am I not using this for my graphs? Because
Mhm.
people can actually click on it and it goes directly to my Etsy. So when you look at your Etsy account, it tells you who are clicking on what to get to your page. And this is what I use for my growth. I look at it and I say, okay, majority of my sales are coming from Facebook or Instagram. A majority of the ones that's coming from Facebook or Instagram are actual, like they clicking on my link. I am already good at that. I want to search the other areas, the
Mhm.
areas of getting people to click on it without me having to put my link. But in
Mhm.
order for them to click on it, I have to be out there. I have to throw
Mhm.
myself out there. So this is why I say you have to keep putting your stuff out there. You have to keep hashtagging. You have to put something like and it's, to be honest, it's a lot of work. This is why I don't do a lot with Pinterest,
Mhm.
but it has generated some sales. It has.
Mhm.
Even if it generated two sales, that's two sales that came from Pinterest. And
Mhm.
imagine if I was really like consistently posting on Pinterest, I would get a lot more sales.
Mhm.
And that's what my goal is. I put a goal so that I could delegate more time to Pinterest.
Mhm.
With you, I think maybe pick one right now that you
Right.
could
That's the thing. I have to pick one and be good at that before I can go on to something else.
pick
Be
one.
okay with the others, but be really
Right.
good at one.
Yes, because I had to learn Instagram. And to be
Mhm.
honest, I learned Instagram within the last maybe 18 months. I know I'm 42. I'm supposed to be into this, but I'm really not. I'm really not. So in the last 18 months, I got good with Instagram. My son begged me to do a TikTok. I just started the TikTok. But I realized already, just by me doing this TikTok within the last couple of days, I am very outspoken and
Mhm.
I'm like that type of person. I literally went in there and I looked up crocheters
Mhm.
and I started liking their pages and
Mhm.
following them. But not only do I like their page or follow them, I start commenting and I comment, this is so nice. Like I start building relationships.
Mhm.
I build relationships with these people. I have no idea who they are. They don't have no idea who I am. But you want to know something? My goal is in the next 2 weeks, they're going to know who I am.
Mhm.
They're going to know who Diva is. So, my homework, because I give myself homework, my homework was to go on TikTok and get at least 10 people to know my name by the end of the week. So
Mhm.
I still got 2 more days to get 10 people. So far, I only got four. So now
Mhm.
I need to start stepping it up.
Mhm.
I need six more people to know Diva, to know my name. And that's what I do. I give myself goals. And then after I do that, the next week, I'm going to have another goal and it's going to start building because that's what I did with Instagram. I
Mhm.
built. So now you guys know my name, or I had to build it. I also couldn't be shy at all. I had to get over that because I used to be real shy, but I had to get over that. And I had to just go in there and say, um, hi, have you ever did a graphic before? Your work is extremely well. Like you crochet so nice. If you did a graphic, I bet you it will take you to the top. That's what I do. I
Mhm.
literally copy and paste it. And I did that to maybe 30 people within last night.
Mhm.
30 people. I spend like an hour of just going in there and learning TikTok. So I learned how to do TikTok. I did research. I'm a researcher, and this is something that you should do as well. I
Mhm.
researched TikTok. I research tutorials. I research what is something that I need to do in order for my product to go viral in TikTok. And that is what you might want to do with maybe Instagram. You already have a foundation with Instagram. So maybe Instagram might be something you could start doing more goals and building those goals and building your brand. with Instagram.
Okay, so I see what I okay, because I always tell everybody I am the long math person. I'm not the short math. You can't give me no shortcuts when it comes to math. So instead of me writing out a long paragraph about what I'm posting, I should be doing hashtags.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. When you go on there, do you click on any hashtags?
No.
What do you go on Instagram for?
I get pop-ups and I look at whatever popped up and then I come off. I don't spend time on any of these my friends that are all talking about what's going on in the world on Facebook. Something pops up, I'll look at it, I'll scroll through, I'll look at my groups and look and see what's going on in the groups, and then I'm off back to work again. Instagram, I go on there, I'll put a picture on there, and if something pops up, like I just found out Niecy Nash married a woman. But anyway, what a shock. So I was like, she just got divorced from the dude. But anyway, but that's I don't spend a lot of time on those things. I just, if something pops up, I'll look at it. But I've never clicked on a hashtag.
Miss Gigi.
I see them. Like one of the ladies, and actually I don't even know what her name, because I think her name is different from what she actually has on Instagram. But she has tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of hashtags about whatever she posts. And I never paid that any attention. I just thought, she just likes to do hashtags. I don't think I've ever done a hashtag on Instagram.
Well, that is something that you need to put into your homework as well. What I do is I take a bunch of hashtags. I take a bunch of hashtags. Now I have four sets of hashtags, four sets of maybe 25. And lately I haven't been putting any on because I have a mastermind coming up. But anyway, that's something different. I'll talk about maybe on One Mentor Monday. But um I take like maybe 12
Mm.
set. I would do like four sets of 12 hashtags. And I would take the hashtags and I would copy and paste it. I have like a pad in my phone and I have each, because with Instagram, you don't want to keep using the same exact hashtags. You want to keep switching it up. So I have four sets of 12 and I would take that set and put it into what I'm posting. Whatever I'm posting, say if it's a sweater, I am going to add maybe the sweater or crochet sweater or crochet cardigan to the generic one that I use all the time. Now I would switch it up. So if I post and 2 days later, I would change it. So basically, I would use all four of them, like taking turns, all four of the sets of 12. Now, the reason why I do that is because I was always told that Instagram uses an algorithm like Facebook, but if you keep putting the same exact hashtags, you're not going to really get out. They're going to just lock you into those hashtags. You want to be all over. You want your name to keep coming up. The thing about it is, in order for someone to discover you, you have to keep using those hashtags because you may not click on the hashtag, but there's someone else out there who does. So that is something that you would need
So
to
what?
do.
Okay. So if they click on the hash, what does that? What does it take them somewhere else? What does the
Yeah, it
hashtag do?
takes you to that category. So, for instance, crochet patterns is something that I use all the time. When you click on crochet patterns, it takes you to everybody who put crochet pattern as a hashtag. And Instagram even
Oh.
allows you to put it as a favorite. So you can follow that. So not only am I following my friends, I'm following that hashtag. So anybody can
Mm.
post something. You may not know that person, but if you are following crochet patterns, anyone can post something and it will come up on your feed.
Mm.
That's why it's a great idea for you to do it. So for everyone who is clicking on crochet pattern, you are going to be able to see what they're doing and vice versa. So that is hashtags is very important nowadays.
Mm.
Hashtag
See,
will get you.
when I started Instagram, Facebook, it was just for me. It wasn't for business, because I wasn't even thinking business wise. I was just thinking, because my, I don't know, one of my friends said, "Oh, you should do Instagram." I was like, "Okay, I'll do Instagram," but I did it just like to keep track of my friends, not necessarily for me. But then when I started doing
Yeah.
thinking of doing a business, then my that's why I changed it, because it used to be just my name, and then I changed it to Gigi the Crochet Queen. But I didn't know anything about these hashtags. So say for instance, the spiderweb poncho. So I would do a hashtag spiderweb poncho, hashtag crochet, hashtag this, and I never thought about that.
I was just about to say you just doing it just to do it.
I never even knew. I never knew what any of that stuff was.
Some
Thank
people
you.
even put like for instance, if I'm using a furl hook, they will put furl, crochet
Hmm.
hook because they not only want people to see it, they want certain companies to see that they're using that hook, thinking that maybe they are able to, because that's crochet furl. I wasn't even following the furl hook company. They follow
Hmm.
me, and that was
Hmm.
my son doing. They follow me, and a couple of other big places following me because that's my son doing. And he's the one who told me that I would need to do that for more companies. So right now I would focus on just trying to get some customers and just keep putting out content. Don't let
Hmm.
nobody forget your name. Keep putting out something. Even if you are doing a whip, just something, because
Hmm.
I felt like no one was seeing my like me crochet because I'm crocheting so fast and sending it out. Sometimes I don't take pictures, and that's
Hmm.
bad for me. But just so that people see that I'm actually still crocheting something, I was taking whip pictures,
Hmm.
and my work in progress pictures are viral as well. I didn't
Hmm.
even think of trying to make it viral, but some people like to see you step by step doing something. So it just to put something in your on your page, do that.
Hmm.
That might be a good idea. And just any content that you feel would draw an audience. Now, you have a lot of, I did look, you do have a lot of crocheters who follow you, and
Hmm.
you follow a lot of crocheters.
Hmm.
You are not going to make money off of them. You need to
Oh.
start socializing.
Hmm.
Start talking to more people. Start getting into the in crowd. Maybe have it's a lot of Facebook groups out there that you may be interested in. And every now and then nowadays they like to post small businesses.
Hmm.
So that's something that you would need to start looking into. Facebook groups, get in. Get in as many groups as possible that has no
Yeah,
one in it.
I'm in a lot of groups, and I'm in different, like I'm in the women's 50 and older group. I'm in a, I think I'm still in that keto group. I used, and I think I'm still in the what do you call it? Vegan group. Of course, I'm in my Miami Dolphins group. So I have
Hold
some.
up. You're in a Miami Dolphins group?
Yeah.
So why aren't you sharing some stuff that you could do with Miami Dolphins? Do you understand that they will pay?
Trying to think, have I ever? Because every now and again you'll see some ladies post some stuff, but I'm trying to think about that. I've only seen, and I don't know. I think she. I don't even know if she was in the Miami Dolphins group, but a lady actually. Remember, I told you I purchased a graph for the Dolphins logo, and I saw it, and I shut down. I'm like, I'm never gonna be able to figure out how to do this. And then when I found you, I was like, oh, I still have it. It's still sitting there waiting to be done. And it's 250 by 250, I believe. So I'm like,
That's huge. That's huge. I mean,
it's
I try
huge.
not to go huge like that,
Yeah.
but
I'm gonna have to put my, because when I used to go, because I'm a season ticket holder. When I used to Christmas time, I always crocheted me a dolphins colored hat, Christmas hat with the pom pom and all. And this man saw my friend because I make one for her, her mom, and myself. I always did that for us. And this man's like, and he was on the other side from where we were tailgating. He was on the other side, and we went over to see somebody else, and he saw us, and he's like, "You make those?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You can make some money off of that." Now that was 3 years ago, probably 3 years ago, and I never did anything with it because I think it kind of takes me back because then I'm like, oh my God, somebody's gonna have to look at my work. And it kind of
Oh,
scares me. But I'm proud to wear my own work, but then it scares me when somebody else wants it. Except for my friends. I'll crochet all day for them. But yes, I know I have to get focused on the mindset of being an entrepreneur and not giving away my work. But I'm glad you told me about those hashtags because I never didn't even know what the heck that was for. I see people
yeah.
hashtagging day and night. My friend, her daughter is getting married, and when she showed her engagement things, she hashtagged it every. It was like you could just read the hashtags and know exactly what
With a
happened.
paragraph. Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna do better. I wrote it down.
That get them hashtags going and start putting some content out. Get into those groups and start infiltrating people.
Hmm.
Just be bold about it. And your work is your work. You are great at what you do.
Thank you.
So take that work and spread it and be confident about it. Like I was so confident about it. Like I was tooting my own horn before they even got it. And I'm like, oh no, you're gonna love this. And I think by me being so confident, that like kind of like generated into my work and then generated into me giving it to them and then they be like, oh, this is so good. And so be confident in what you do, give it to them and be like, you are going to look so dope with this. You're going to look so good. And that's what I do. Is like you are solving a problem.
Hmm.
You want to fill that problem with your blessed hands. So
Hmm.
that's what I always think. I'm going to solve a problem. And I tell my customers, I don't like calling them customers, I call them supporters. I tell my supporters that I'm like the Olivia Pope of crochet. I'm
Hmm.
going to solve your problem. Just with this one color, I'm going to solve your problem. And they think I'm crazy, but you want to know what? They can't wait to see what I'm doing next. They can't wait.
Hmm. Yeah.
I am very confident in what I do, but I'm also very sometimes I'm naive. Sometimes
Hmm.
I feel like ain't nothing gonna be good except for my graphics. Sometimes I think that way, but that's not always true. A simple hat or a
Hmm.
simple something without a graphic can be just as good. I have to because I'm just such a graphic person and I'm like nothing else can go good without a graph. But I have to get over that sometimes. But with you, I actually see your work and I see your potential. You don't always have to do graphics. You could do colors, and that's something that works for you. But you got to be confident in yourself and you have to get it out there. No matter what, get it out there. Get
Hmm.
it out there and give it to someone who's going to be your brand ambassador so that they could wear it and you could keep on generating. Make those goals. Put down in a journal, what am I going to do this week? How much
Hmm.
money can I make at the end of the month if I keep doing this? And that's what I try to tell myself every single week. I'm going to make this amount of money. And if I fall short on it, I know what I need to do to fix it. I
Hmm.
fell short last week. I was so sick last week. And
Hmm.
sometimes I beat myself up so bad because I have RA and I get real bad flare ups. I also had coronavirus. Coronavirus put me down, like so down to the point where like I almost got depressed. But I had to pick myself up and I had to keep saying, you could do this, Shauna, you could do this, you could do this. And I had to, like I said, be my own support system and my own cheerleader. And I think the more that I kept doing that was the more and more I became better. Mind over matter, law of attraction.
Hmm.
I hear you say, I'm not into all of this. I'm not that, or I don't know all about this. You got to say, I'm going to know this.
Right.
I'm going to succeed. I'm going to make this money. And I'm
Mhm.
going to be the queen of crochet. You have to do that. You
I
have
know. I have to change my vocabulary. I was going to tell you when you said that you were an LPN. I said that's what I could feel. I didn't know you, but I could feel something from you. I was an LPN for years, and then I finally got my
to.
RN. And when you were talking, I said when you said that, I was like, that's it. I knew there was something we were kindred sisters in something, but I didn't know what it was until you said it. And then, as far as technology goes, you have to remember it was 24 years ago that I saw my very first email. These young people know nothing about the era where there was no Google, no YouTube, no iPhones, none of that. I all this stuff is within my generation that has developed. So the very first time I saw an email, my ex-husband, he sent the email to his friend and his friend sent it back. And I was like, oh my God, that you can do that? He's a computer geek. That's what he does. So when he showed me that, and I remember my daughter, she was 2 years old. She wanted to get on the computer with the floppy disk at the time because she wanted to play one of her things. I said, "You're gonna have to wait for your daddy to come home. I don't know how to. I don't know. I don't know how. I'm not touching that computer. I don't know anything about it." And I think that is still in me because okay, if I click that, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Then when something happens, it's like, Nia, what happened? What did I do? And that is my, I think that's my other phobia is I don't know how all of this stuff works. So by you telling me about the hashtags, now I know why everybody says hashtag. Why? I'm like, I thought it was just because you were just writing something. I didn't know it connected to anything.
Hashtag is your advertisement, your free advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
Use it. That's your free advertisement. And you will be fine. Just think law of attraction. And I also think of my body. In order
Mm-hmm.
for my mind and my body to be good so that I can crochet and my crochet be good, I have to have good mind and body. So, yes, I have RA. Yes, I'm a breast cancer survivor. I have fibromyalgia, but you want to know something? Not many people will even know that I have all of that because it's like mind over matter, and no matter what, I could be in pain right now, and a lot of people won't know it. And that's only because I also follow mindfulness,
Mm-hmm.
which is I crochet sometimes to get pain away from me so that I don't have to feel the pain. Sometimes I
Mm-hmm.
try to focus on my work, and I do that a lot because you can actually get rid of pain just by mind over matter. I also, I don't have to think, thank God, I don't have to worry about ever, like, we say we broke a lot. A lot of
Mm-hmm.
people say we broke. I was always told never say that.
Mm-hmm.
Stop saying you're broke because you're not broken. That's number one. And number two, you just say you're financially like out of order,
Mm-hmm.
temporarily out of funds. Don't
Mm-hmm.
say you broke. Don't say you ever have money. And I guarantee you, it's like law of attraction. Because I kept saying that over and over and over again, I don't have to worry about the check to check.
Mm-hmm.
I have something in between to get me to the next check. I have something there because mind over matter. I am not saying I'm broke. I'm just temporarily out of funds. And you want to know something? I keep $100 bill in between my mattress because I feel like I will never go broke a day in my life ever again. I keep that $100 bill because I pray. And I always say, I'm gonna keep generating this. I'm gonna keep generating this because I was homeless. I went
Mm-hmm.
days without,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't ever want to ever go through that again. So my mind is always gonna keep me focused so that I don't have to worry about getting to that point again.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that we are doing something that we love and to make some money out of something we love, you
Mhm.
can't ask for anything else more. You can't. It's a passion that I have and I love it. It
Mhm.
gets like sometimes I get teary eyed because whoever woke up and said I want to be able to crochet and make money, and not
Mhm.
just money but money to get you to have a roof over your head and pay your bills,
Mhm.
and not only that, but to get the things that you like and go places and travel, and you know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it can be done. You just got to be consistent, confident, and do some things that might be uncomfortable. You have to get out of your comfort zone
Yeah,
because you are so
definitely.
smart. You are very creative. If you want, get that YouTube channel. Do your tutorials because YouTube can pay you too.
I know it. I've been my goal was to have my 1,000 subscribers by this month because that would take me 6 months into YouTube. I think 6 months, yeah. But I didn't get there because I wasn't pushing myself either. And I did get a little bump because I did a collab giveaway with Priscilla of Distinctive Crochet. So that gave me a little bump in my subscribers. But the rest of them are just filtering in one by one. Ah, I'm just not a hustler when it comes to the YouTube thing. I'm not a hustler. That's not my um, um, what is it? That's just not my instinct. I'm not instinctively a hustler. So that's been something that I have to get past is that I need to stop looking at it as a hustle, but look at it as my potential, my goal, where I want to be. So I have to change my mindset altogether because that's how I see it. I'm like, I'm not doing this YouTube. I'm tired. Why do I have to? But then I said, okay, what do I really want? Because I want to retire. I would love to be able to retire before I have to retire, but I have to learn all of these avenues to get me to where if I am not able to retire when I before my retirement time, I know that in my retirement I'm still set. Now I'm fully um, fully into my business. I have my customers. I have my YouTube. I have everything in order. And I have 8 years. I have 8 years to get this all in order so that I can take care of business after it's all done. And then that'll be my only focus. And I don't have to worry about dragging myself to a computer and working for 8+ hours every day. So that's what I want to do. I definitely have to change my mindset though. I know that. I know I got to learn all this other stuff too. But
You are a nurse. I just thought about something. In order to be a nurse and to be into that field, you have to be a people person. You're a
mhm,
people person. So you could definitely get out there and speak to people and get people to love the person who you are, because in order to do that job, you have to have a pure heart and really love people. And I still have people to this day who were patients back there that I still speak to this day because they loved my personality and they loved that I was just so focused on trying to get them better.
mhm,
So, but that's just the type of person I am. Like, I never left that. I still have that in me. And that's what you're going to always have. So I always use that to still do my crochet in my business because that helps as well. That go getter, that I care for you. I told everybody, and I say it over and over again, when I am crocheting and I'm doing my crafts, I could feel it. I don't know if it's because of the Pisces I am or what it is, because I'm very intuitive, but I actually feel what I do. I love what I do with a passion. So when I'm graphing, I can actually feel me getting excited and feel me like the person who I'm making it for. Like when I did that Brianna graph live, I don't think I should ever do a graph that I'm doing for a memorial live again because I really like get into it. I don't know Brianna. but I have to literally get my mind zoned on who's this lady, what happened to her, and her mom, like to actually see her mom cry. Like I
Mhm.
get upset about it, but then I'm able to focus on making this look like this queen is doing something for us. So
Mhm.
I didn't do any justice for that graph that I did, Miss Queen. I really didn't. I didn't, because I am on a whole nother level when it comes
Mhm.
to my graphs. I am passionate. The reason why I teach it is because I'm good at what I do, and I want others to get to that point as well. But then
Mhm.
some people say, aren't you afraid that people are not going to come to you no more? No,
There's
never.
always, listen, there is always someone new to crocheting that is going to always need to learn something different.
I don't like it when people are like that. I also feel like they are not confident in their self.
Mhm.
You have to be real confident in yourself to not feel like somebody's going to take this from you, because
Mhm.
that's not it. That's not it. There
Mhm.
is not it at
If
all.
you don't share your gift, you will lose your gift.
I never heard that before.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
never heard that before. Wow.
Yeah. I always feel if you give of yourself, you will get tenfold. So if you hold all that to yourself, you are never going to be. Look at the person that we got that they call him the president. Tell me if all his cards are not falling, because he's a selfish person. You can't be selfish and reap and sow the benefits that God has put out there for you. And you see it all the time with selfish people. You see people who are giving, and you see how much is given back to them. And, we always say, yeah, and my philosophy is um, evil never dies, because it doesn't. It thrives. But you can't, I always feel if you don't share your gift, you're not going to get anything in return. And you're going to always wonder, well,
I
why,
heard that.
why is she doing this and why is she doing that? Because she's giving. What do you say? What do you say about your last name?
I'm giving because I always give.
That's right. You got to learn.
I'm always giving. I am. I'm always giving. And I never even thought about it until someone says, your last name is something that you do. When I turned 40, this was a goal, and I don't know why, but when I turned 40, I bought a whole room. It was a presidential suite. I had bought my own cake, my own appetizers, my own everything. We had pool. I bought shirts for everybody to wear. I bought them gift bags, and I bought them a masseuse. I had somebody there to massage them, and basically I catered to everybody for my birthday. And do you understand how happy I was to do that? And they were like, "This is true Shauna style." Only
Mhm.
Shauna would give for
Mhm.
her own 40th birthday. And I
Mhm.
had a blast. And the people that I had around with me, everyone complimented each other, everyone, and they didn't even know each other, but
Mhm.
everyone, it was just such a great night. And I just took that as I have a gift, and I want to keep using it, and I want to just keep giving. So that's another reason why I took this class, to coach, to give the tools that I am being taught in this $600 class, and
Mhm.
all of the experience that I am learning. Take it and give to others, because we can all benefit from this great gift that we have. And to be able to crochet and knit or knit is like,
Mhm.
I didn't realize how awesome it can be, or how beautiful it can be. So Miss Gigi, I want to thank you for coming on here with
I want to
me and for
thank you.
sharing this with me. I think that you are such a magnificent person,
You
and you will
too.
definitely grow, and you will definitely have a successful business, because I can see it.
That's my goal. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to do short-term goals,
your time.
because we want to take baby steps. I know you're not just going to jump out and say, I'm going to do the Instagram and do. No, because that's what I had to do. I had to learn and take those baby steps and work my way and infiltrate the system and stuff like that. And it's working for me, so I know it will work for you. Maybe in a different dynamic, but it will work for you. I know it will.
I have confidence in me and you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I am excited because I can see some great things that's going to happen to you. I'm giving you some diva juice.
Thank you, thank you. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Taking it.
It's definitely going to work, but we speak all the time, so I'm going to be around. I'm not going. If there's anyone else out there who wants to do this session, I am definitely going to open up the floodgates. So if anyone else want to do a session, we can talk about it, and I could do it. Um, the thing is, my podcast is coming on really soon, and I'm so excited. I think I could be able to do it Sunday, but I am trying to make sure that I have everything like set up perfectly. I know everything's not going to work perfect, but I want to get it to where I don't have any flaws. So that's what I'm trying to do this weekend. And I want it to be in iTunes and Google Play. So I'm setting all of that up so that anyone can go on iHeartTV or Spotify and they can listen to my podcast. The thing about this podcast is you're gonna be able to know who I am, know who Diva is, and what Diva had to do to get to where she's at right now. So everything I do is like a lesson, right? So I'm going to give you tips and tricks and stuff on this podcast, but I have to tell you the dirt. I have to say the dirt because the dirt is what I use to learn how to grow. And it's going to be some drama, it's going to be some dirt, and it's going to be some real talk. I'm going to have guests on. It's going to be fun. I think everyone will like it. No, I'm not even gonna say I think. I know you guys will like it because I did a couple of like short term ones and I did it on my YouTube channel and I did it to my family. Well, not my family, my friends. And they were like, I can't wait to listen to what's coming on next because I am really getting to the nitty gritty about some things that's going on. Haters who are my motivators.
It
I'm going to
should
talk
be.
about that. I'm going to talk about all of that, the drama, the group drama, the um stuff that almost took me down. But I feel like that right there can help because it was times where I gave up because of that stuff. So I feel like the lessons that I learned can be learned from all of us. And that's what the podcast is going to be about. So I just hope and I pray that everyone come listen and share. So if you want, please, please share. I'm going to start putting it out there. Share it because I believe everyone can benefit from it. Everyone.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to go because I have some Amazon deliveries that I have coming.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna crochet and I'm gonna watch what is that Power spinoff Ghost. I didn't watch Sundays yet, so I'm about to sit back and watch that. And I'm about to finish up my crochet and stuff. And I'm going to go. So I hope you guys have the rest of the night, a good night. And Miss Crochet Gigi, we're gonna speak again so we can make sure those goals were done
Yes, ma'am.
and your homework was done.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay. So you guys have a good evening and I will talk to you later.
All right, thanks.